Here are the best players to pick up heading into week 14. At wide receiver, the Tennessee Titans' Nick Westbrook-Ikhine continued his epic touchdown streak against the Washington Commanders in week 13 with 2 scores on 3 catches. Westbrook-Ikhine now has 8 touchdowns on only 20 catches. It's obviously unlikely to continue at this rate, but NWI has earned 8 targets in week 13 and is up to 28 targets over his last 5 games. That at least gives you some confidence if you need to start him in a heavy bye week right before your fantasy playoff start. Tennessee has a good matchup in week 14 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Washington Commanders running back Chris Rodriguez had a big game in week 13 with 13 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown. 12 of those carries did come in the fourth quarter when the game was already decided, and with Austin Eckler out at least another 3 games with his concussion, C-Rod is still an injury-away player from being confidently startable. Backup running back Jeremy McNichols outcarried Rodriguez 6-1 over the first 3 quarters. McNichols would still be the preferred fantasy start if lead back Brian Robinson did this time, but Rodriguez is the type of player you want to add to the back of your roster if you look down your roster and you see wide receivers that you would never start anyway. Wide receiver Hollywood Brown of the Kansas City Chiefs. Remember him? NFL Network reported that Hollywood Brown has a shot to return in week 16. He's been out since suffering a shoulder injury this summer. With the Chiefs likely wanting Hollywood to shake off some of the rust, there's a chance they force-feed him targets over the last few games of the season. Brown is an interesting stash if you have the bench spot, but he would be a scary start unless you're pressed in the fantasy playoffs. Put a $0 bid on him, and if you miss out, so be it. We saved the most obvious for last. San Francisco 49ers running back Jordan Mason is only 43% rostered on some of the mainstream platforms. Starter Christian McCaffrey suffered a knee injury, and there's a very good chance we've seen the last of CMC in 2024. That would thrust Mason back into the starting running back role, which he did so well with to open the season. Mason had 13 carries for 78 yards Sunday in Buffalo, which makes sense given what he's already done and what we've seen from him this season. If you play in leagues that use fab dollars for free agents, it's time to push every single dollar in for Jordan Mason. Or if you play in a league that uses number 1 priority, use that priority on Jordan Mason. He's a starter for the rest of the season and does have league-winning upside for the fantasy football playoffs. If you enjoy videos like this, consider hitting the like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to get notified when RotoWire puts up new video content every single day. And let us know in the comments who you're going to be picking up ahead of week 14.